Another brick fan with a Harry Potter set. This is Triwizard Tournament, The Black Lake. This is set 76420, was released in March 2023. It has 349 pieces, 5 minifigures, and cost about $45 when it was released. This is a remake of set 4762, Rescue from the Mer People from 2005. That set had 175 pieces, which is almost exactly half of the number of pieces that we get in this set. And it did sell for $20, so again, about a little less than half the price as well. I'm going to get most of the minifigures out of the way, and then we'll take a closer look at the set itself. I split this set in half to kind of give a better view of the parts of this set. So there's kind of the underwater section here, and this is the above water section here. So and there's also this boat. So just a little boat, presumably for someone to go out and rescue or grab the participants as they come back up, or in case they get in trouble, I suppose. So there's a couple of oars here connected with these pearl gold clip pieces. Just a small little build there. Looking at the underwater scene here, you can see that we have Ron and Hermione, and they have like these sleeping faces here. I thought it was very clever how they did this with these rubber pieces here to give this a little bit of movement here to see that they're floating underwater. There's some coral, some vines, there's a clip piece. I put the fish over here. I like the use of the dark blue to represent maybe rocks or water, and then the teal coloring and the sand green. Very nice colors here. This is kind of an archway that has been built by the Mer People, presumably. The sides have, some vegetation type elements. Back behind here is a couple little storage cubbies. So you could have all kinds of stuff. Maybe your Grindylow could be in there, or there's a goblet down here. So the underwater, not a lot to the underwater section, but as I said, this setup does look pretty accurate to the movie because the prisoners were chained like this. Now, of course, there were four total prisoners under here, but now we just have Ron and Hermione here in the scene. The upper section has this observation deck. You can see up here, maybe a little room back there. There's some mugs and stuff back in there. On the back side here, looking in here, you see there is like this coffee press. There's a couple of silver cups, which I thought was nice. There's a little trans green cone here. So maybe some kind of, I don't know, creamer or some kind of other beverage perhaps. There's a ladder that can get you up to the upper deck. There's a little pin piece here that you push and it pops up the front half of the swim platform. So that's kind of a little action feature. Then there's these bars on the sides here to, just represent holding up, I suppose, some structural elements maybe. And then in the front, if we go to that action feature, if we put Harry on this little platform here and you push this, it theoretically will push him out and make him dive into the water. So that's a little action feature that comes with this set. There is a clock on the top here, and there's a Technic pin that goes all the way through here to allow you to make the clock spin. So overall, a very nice little setup here for the two pieces. Let's take a look at the minifigures that come with this set. Along with the minifigures, this set comes with a few little accessories. So there's this fish in this nice spring green color, an orange crab, and then this is a new piece. This is a Grindylow, or Grindylow, kind of a squid-like creature. Big smile on their face, and it's also got this kind of this shiny material mixed in. It's kind of a purplish color, and then there's kind of a lighter purple or a violet color inside there, light blue maybe even. Kind of changes as you move it through the light. So that's a nice little Grindylow creature. The minifigures that come with this set include Harry Potter, Victor Crumb, Hermione Granger, Ron Weasley, and a Mer person. So let's start with the big three. This is Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And you can see Harry's kind of in this swimsuit look. He is the only one that comes with a wand, actually. And he's got kind of this swept hair look. And then his face, as you can see, is all scratched up. He still has his lightning scar there. And then here's Ron and Hermione. Now all of these have the mid legs. So I believe this is in the 4th year. So they're kind of, you know, teenagers at this point. 14 or 15 years old. So they all have the mid legs. And Ron and Hermione are in their house robes, as you can see here, with the Gryffindor banners on them. No side printing for any of these characters. But then you can see that Harry Potter's swimsuit here has Potter with a star on the back there because he was competing in the Triwizard tournament. There he has more of an angry face. Once again, the kind of scratches or suction marks on them. Ron and Hermione both have these sleeping faces because they were kind of in stasis when they were held underwater. So they have they're wearing exactly the same torsos here. So it's got the red trim inside of the hood here in the back. One last little thing with Harry Potter is he does come with swim fins. Now these fin pieces have been around for quite a while, but this is the first time I've seen them in this flesh color. Which does make sense because when Harry took the gillyweed in order to allow him to breathe underwater, his feet kind of got a little webbed up. I mean, his hands did too, but that's very difficult to show here. But at least it shows, kind of indicates the webbed feet. Let's take a look at our last 2 minifigures. So here we have Victor Crumb and a mer person. Our mer person has this very nice tail piece here. She has the trident in pearl gold. Now, it does refer to this as a mer person, so I'm not sure if it's male or female. It didn't say it was a mermaid or a merman. Mer person. Grouchy look on the face here. Longer hair that's all looks like it, you know, it's underwater, so it's got a current maybe going. Victor is in, of course, a swimsuit here. And if you look here, with a shark head on, he actually has a big tongue in the mouth, so his face print here is actually the inside of the mouth of a shark. And if you turn it around, it's a look for Victor, and it does come with a hairpiece for Victor. So there is Victor's hairpiece as well. I think the printing is good here. They did a nice job getting that kind of flesh color to show through the neckline and arms of the swimsuit. This tail piece is actually quite good for the mer person. Back is fairly plain for Victor, and as I mentioned, he has that inside of the shark's mouth here is his alternate expression. Our mer person has a much more violent look on their face here, and then some scales here for the back print for our mer person. Now that we've seen all the minifigures, let's go back and I'll give you my final thoughts on this set. Overall, I think this is a very nice set. I think this mer person here is a very good minifigure. I was very impressed the way they did the shark and the shark mouth here on Victor Crumb. The couple of little extra pieces there with the Grindylow, the crab, that fish in the spring green was very nice. It makes sense to have these both separate pieces, although they can be put together as we showed kind of in the intro. So it can be displayed either way. But it does make sense to have an above water and an underwater section, which I thought was cleverly done. The minifigures are appropriate, obviously. We have Harry, who's, I believe, his person to recover was Ron, his best friend. And then, of course, Victor liked Hermione, so they chose Hermione for Victor to rescue as well. So overall, it does a good representation of this challenge as part of the Triwizard tournament. This is a $45 set with 349 pieces, so over 10 cents per piece, more like 12, 13 cents per piece. Not terrible. You do tend to pay a premium for Harry Potter sets. There are 5 minifigures, so that makes it a little bit more better on the value scale. The pieces that are included in here are pretty nice. I really like these roof corner pieces that sloped, and it's great to get them in that sand green color. So there's some interesting pieces in here. And I think that they did a really good job in using them all. So the value is a little bit high. Yeah, I'd love to see this as a $40 or $35 set. 40 is probably more realistic for Harry Potter, seeing as how, you know, these branded themes tend to cost a lot more. But overall, I still think this is a good addition to your Harry Potter collection if you happen to like the movies and enjoy the Legos. This one does not fit in like into the castle itself, so it's nice to get a scene outside the castle, since most of the sets over the last few years have been sets for the castle. I mean, I guess that makes the most sense because there's all classrooms and other things in the castle, and the castle scenes were very predominant in the movies. Lots to like about this set. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts, and I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to see more of my LEGO reviews. I've left a link to my Harry Potter review playlist up here on the screen.